I tell you, somebody comes over to me, stares at me for a while, and then he says, I'm just curious. Do you sleep with your beard under the blanket or with your beard on the blanket? And for 2 weeks after that, I couldn't sleep. It became a thing. So I try it under the blanket, nothing special about that. I tried above the blanket, that's not any better, so it goes back. I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. When what should be natural becomes a thing, it disturbs Mother Nature. So any question, any doubt, am I with the person I'm supposed to be with? I mean, that is poison. The person you're with was destined for you, if you're married, is destined for you since before you were conceived. No marriage is ever a mistake. God never abandoned marriage and children to human beings. And that's why we say God is the third partner in the marriage, the third partner in the child. These things are way too important for God to trust us with. So although we have the freedom to marry or not marry, to have children or not have children, but once we decide to marry, God takes over. Once we decide to have children, God takes over. It's too important to leave it to frail human beings. So no marriage is ever a mistake, just like no child born is ever a mistake. We need to have that faith in the sanctity of the marriage. It's not just a human arrangement. It doesn't work like, I love you, you love me, we get married. What is that? I love you, you love me. Why are we getting married? Why is marriage the conclusion or some of the punishment and the price you pay for being in love? Where does marriage come in? Or let's ask it the other way. I know you're supposed to be married. Where does love come in? Love has become such an idol. We worship it like a god. We kill for it, we die for it, we fight for it. And if anything is wrong, it's always not enough love. Because if you had enough love, everything would be perfect. Love makes the world go round. Of course, that's not true. It's not working. Love is not important. Love is the emotion you should share with those who are important. So if somebody's important in your life, you want to love them. If you don't love them, they're still important. So maybe you'll love them tomorrow. But if they're not important in your life, and you happen to love them, they're still not important. How arrogant is it to think that if I love you, you're the most important person in the world. When I stop loving you, you're garbage. I mean, is that not narcissistic? Is that not abusive? People are important to your life, so you ought to love them. That's where love fits in. But what makes a person important? Not your feelings or even your opinion. Importance has to be a fact. So people, there's a big mitzvah to love your fellow Jew. See, love, no, your fellow Jew. Your fellow Jew is important, so you should love him. And if you don't love him, he's still your fellow Jew, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're stuck with him. He will always be your fellow Jew, and therefore, might as well love him. He's not going anywhere. And the same is true with God. The mitzvah to love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Is that because love is so important? No. Because he's your God. What are you going to do? He's not going away. So whether you love him or hate him, he is your God. So you might as well love him. That's where love comes in. Love makes an important relationship more pleasurable. It doesn't make it more important. So any doubt that you have that you're with the right person after you've married is illegitimate. There can be no doubt. This is your spouse, this is where you belong, and you dedicate your life to making their life easier. Before you're married, you don't know whether this is the person. And you don't need to. All you need to know is that you want this person to be the one. And if it turns out that you get married, now you know that's the one. If it turns out that you're not getting married, it was never the one. No confusion.